Well, Josh was born in 2008, in January 2008, and when he was born, he went straight into special care. He wasn't breathing properly. Because of that, and because of the history with our little girl having heart problems, they sent him for a echocardiogram. That came back where he had multiple small to medium-sized holes in his heart. They weren't sure of that scan wasn't clear, but because he's growing normally, sometimes he's closed, sometimes they don't. They will just get him to come back in a month's time. So a month passed, kept growing, doing all the things that babies should do, and we went back and the doctors were, again, they're still there. They could still hear the heart murmur, the holes are still there. So we had the echocardiogram. This time he was a lot older, so he was more settled in the scan, so they got a much better scan. So then we went back to have another appointment, but the results weren't there. So in between the first scan and the second scan, we had him prayed for here at the front of church at the end of service. And Wendy and I, my wife and I, both walked away going, he's fine. We sort of knew at that stage he was fine. Even though the doctors were saying the holes were still there because he was still growing, we knew that he was going to be fine, and we had a fair bit of peace about that. That following week in Tuesday morning prayer group, Warren suggested we all throw something in the middle of a circle on the floor that we needed prayer over. And I sort of stood there and I looked, I had nothing on me. I thought, do I throw my wallet in for prayer over finance, or do I throw my jacket in, which has got my business logo on? But I just knew that wasn't what I needed to pray for. So went out to the car park to look into the car to see if there was something in the car, and I actually happened to have my wife's car with me that day, which was really unusual. And sitting on the back seat of the car was one of Josh's toys. So I grabbed that and I was like, that's what I've got to pray for. I took that back inside and we threw that on the floor, and we all just prayed about what was in the middle of the circle, and I explained what was going on with Josh, and we prayed over that some more. So then we went back to the doctors on the following week to get the results, and they, for some reason, hadn't received the results, but she'd only received preliminary results, and the preliminary results showed that he still had multiple, small to medium, multiple holes in his heart. So it was a case of, okay, well, he's still growing, so we'll get you back in another 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll make a decision how we're going to move forward with this, whether we're going to do more scans to see if it's impacting him anywhere else. So that was on the Tuesday. Then on the Thursday, we received a phone call from the doctor, and she said she'd received the full results. And the scan was clear. There were no holes. He was all good. And she said that for her, it was nice to actually make a phone call where she was delivering good news. Couldn't explain why. All the results were showing what they were showing, but they're all gone now, and yeah, it was all good.